confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see.
Perfect. Let's see. It's 4 here. It's an afternoon. I am Michael Kalva, Field and Training Associate with OpenShift Uganda. I'm glad to be here once again. We are going to talk about field data cleaning and the two main important tools we use to clean field data. And the field data we are talking about is the data that has been collected using Open Data Kits, that's ODK, and it has been submitted to Kobo as the server that is consolidating it together. So one, we are going to talk about Open Refine. In this session, we are going to talk about what Open Refine is, why use Open Refine, and exactly how Open Refine works. Open Refine is an open source application which is a desktop based, and open source, I mean it is free, you don't need to pay for it. It's like a desktop application, and it is more like of a database. And in a database, I mean it can be used to store, or it can be used to keep your data of the different projects you've worked on. So in that way, it helps like a database. So it can store the recently worked on projects. What is data cleaning? Data cleaning involves identifying, correcting errors. It involves making consistent data formats and keeping track of what is being done in the process. So that entire process is called data cleaning. Data cleaning is not only limited to this, it involves much more, and we shall also be talking about more of them as we go along. What is messy data? When is data messy? Data is messy when it has misspellings, extra spaces, values that don't make sense, variables that are combined into one column. So if data is supposed to be in two columns and you have it in one, that data is called to be messy. Values that are out of range. Um, when doing a project, there are values you expect sometimes to have. So if there are values that are out of range, then that means they need to be fixed in a process of data cleaning. You can have combined variables if sometimes they are not supposed to be combined. And Open Refine, these are some of the characteristics or some of the things you need to know about Open Refine. Open Refine does not modify original data. In other words, it cannot help, like it is not an AI that can help you maybe identify the errors by default. So you have to know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. It tracks your changes, and it can work on a batch. You can do a batch cleanup. So you can have like in the morning, I shared with you a data set of about 20,000 rows. So that's a whole lot of data being cleaned at once. The changes being made in Open Refine can be reversed, since it keeps track of the changes you're making on the data. The future, yeah, like the interface of Open Refine. Let me share this with you so that you can you can download Open Refine, and then you will need this installed on your machines when we are doing a practical bit of the session. So go there and now click on download and download 3.62. That version is a zip file. which is about 178 MBs, and have it onto your machine. If you don't have Java installed on your machine, you need to go for this. But I expect all of us to have Java installed since we are all running JOSM, which is a Java-based application. Yeah. So back to our slides. I've shared these slides with some of you, and I will share them. But I'm going to, since I'm going to make other slides of the same, and the ones I will share with everyone on the drive in the folder that I created. Yeah, so the key actions that we shall be doing in this presentation, or in this session, we shall edit the columns or the column headers, or editing data within the columns. We shall also see how to edit rows. We shall talk about facets, which involves text faceting or number faceting, sometimes all the facets. We shall talk about them. We shall also talk about cell editing, title casing. We shall also talk about trimming, or the trim leading, and then the white spaces, like which involves clearing or eliminating unwanted spaces within our data. This is the process uh, of editing columns. Once you've loaded your file or your project, created the project in OpenRefine, the column on the row, I mean the column that has a header all has a drop down, and on it you will see options like transform, edit, all columns, facets. There's edit row, edit column, then you click on edit row, edit column, so you can reorder and rearrange, and this panel will come up where you drag the unwanted columns to the right and click OK to delete them. But mind you, before doing any process of data cleaning, you needed what we call a data model. Okay, the data model is a step-by-step guide for data cleaning. So it points out which rows are to be deleted. It points out which column headers we should have. It points out everything to do with the data. If we need to rearrange the columns, it all talks about that. OpenRefine differs from other applications in a way that it doesn't run like any other applications. Once you've installed it and ran it, it will open a prompt in your Windows, and that prompt will open up a tab in your default browser and open up a port for you on which OpenRefine shall run. Okay. Faceting, we shall see this practically, how to do text faceting, and some bit of faceting of numeric numbers. Yep. Editing columns, just as editing rows, same steps. Okay, so we shall have the same steps for editing columns as those for editing rows. Do we have any questions up there? I should check the chat. I'm going to share these slides again. Never mind if you need to have a look at the slides. Do we have any questions up there? If not, can I confirm if any of us have already downloaded OpenRefine? Because I want us to dive into, I've gone quick through the slides since we need more time to talk about Microsoft Excel as one tool used to do data cleaning, and as well as do a practical bit of the OpenRefine data cleaning process. Please confirm if anyone can confirm if they have OpenRefine already installed. Oh, okay. First time hearing about it. Yeah, it's a powerful open source tool and is used to do batch. It's not only used for data cleaning, but to those who know about Wikidata, it's also used to upload Wikidata items. Wikidata is one of the Wikipedia or Wikimedia projects, so it can be used to do Wiki Commons, another Wikimedia projects to upload photos, about a batch of photos at once. So it does a lot of things. Very powerful tool. So since we have no questions, allow me go into the practical bit of it so that we have enough time to interact with the tool. Okay. So let me reshare my screen again. And so once you've downloaded OpenRefine, it will come to the compressed folder in the downloads. And before you do any installation, you have to right click on it and then extract file. Okay. Once you've extracted file, it will be a folder like this. It's 3.62, which is the latest and the stable version. So once you have it, you open that folder and right click on it and run as administrator. So once you've run it as administrator, it will be installed on your device. And once you have it installed, you just come to your Windows, open and go to all, and you will have OpenRefine somewhere. Or if it is not listed there, you just come and search for OpenRefine, and you'll have it listed for you. Or it can be even found in the recently installed applications. Yes. Okay. So you run it as admin. After you've run it, after installation, you just click on open, and you can pin it on your taskbar here, or taskbar. So I'll click on it, open. Let me reshare this. I'll click on it. I'll show you how it is behaving. Okay. I'll show you how it is behaving. So this is the what? This is the prompt that OpenRefine runs on your device. And in this prompt, I'll be able to see everything that I am doing in my OpenRefine. Okay, so it will list for me everything I do, the other side, and once I run it, it will open for me a port in my browser, like you're seeing here. So let's handle some bit of practical bit of the session. I will go to Kobo and download some data files from there, or we can use the ones I've already downloaded. But when creating the form, the ODK form, there are some commands or some things you do that can help you to do data cleaning. Okay. For example, if one of the recent projects that I've handled was to deal with the mapping out tourism sites in northern Uganda, and not only tourism sites, but also the amenities around them. So instead of us creating two forms for the tourism sites, we created one form with the repeat command, so that when I'm at this particular tourism site, I can pick the tourism site and the different amenities around it. So you reach somewhere in a form, they ask you which amenity are you working on. You say maybe restaurant, and then you ask about the details about the restaurant, and then you go to the next. Once you finish that amenity, you click next. They ask you to add amenity, and then you add amenity. Maybe I'm adding amenity, amenity club or bar. You can add amenity equals maybe to tourism, maybe tourism equals to what? Tourism equals to guest house, stuff like that. So all that is done in one, was done in one form. Okay. So and you realize that all the data, maybe one site has maybe 20 restaurants or 10 plus 60 guest houses plus. So all that data is in one form. So you need to do a bit of cleanup. So let me log in. I hope you've learned some bit of form building using Excel and COBOL, stuff like that. I'll log in into one of the servers here, and I'll be able to download my data set. I'm doing this to just show to those of you who may not be knowing what COBOL is, and what all this data is collected using ODK and sent to COBOL from the field. So I click on data, click on download here, and then this I exported today in the morning session. So I will click on download. So once I click on download, I'll have it here. Okay, I already had it here downloaded, but I will replace it with this. Okay. So I've finished downloading. So I will come here and I can drag and drop, or I can click on open. So they bring me here and I open my file, but let me drag and drop it here and press next. So the two good types of file formats I would recommend you to work with. One is CSV and Excel. Those are the two best good file formats which are easy to deal with when doing data cleaning. Okay, so if I come to hot training here and I open up this Excel that I've just downloaded, you will see the kind of data that I have. Okay, enable editing. So this is seen as the data that I have, and we have 3 sheets. So we had 3 repeats in my form. I had these repeats are done when building up the form. So the COBOL does the splitting of depending on the commands you put in the form. So I have this sheet, which is the parent sheet, and this is to do with the tourism site. And I have the repeat sheet, which is to do with the photos. Like I gave them option to take multiple photos within the same form. So I have the amenities. So in the amenities, you see that I have zeros and ones here, and I have zeros and ones there. So I have empty ones, empty rows. So you see that I have data to do with the amenities, and the zeros and ones are basically to the questions which have options to be selected from. You find that when I select restaurant here, in the column for restaurant, I will have 1, and the rest will be zeros. In the column for fuel station, once I select fuel station, I'll have 1, the rest will be 0. So you find that when I'm building up my data model, I need to specify that 1 needs to delete the columns with the zeros and ones. So that highlight should be deleted. I hope you can see my screen. I don't know if you were able to see what I was trying to tell you. Uh, let me share this as well. Okay, can you see my Excel? Please confirm. I hope you can. So these are the sheets I'm thinking about. Parent folder, parent sheet, a sheet for photos, and then the sheet for amenities. And where I have, where one selected accommodation facility, there is one, the rest becomes zero. So when building up the data model, I need to specify that you need to delete the columns with zeros and ones. Okay? Yes. So you find that some are blank. We shall try to handle this in using OpenRefine, and we shall do the same using Excel, and you see which is the easiest for you. So you need also to determine which tool you need to do data cleaning, because some data cleaning can be done in Excel, whereas other data cleaning can be done using OpenRefine. Okay, but Excel is as well a powerful tool to use. But of course, you need some technicality when it comes to stuff. Things are straightforward. You don't need much like formulas or technicalities to do data cleaning. Do we have any questions up to there? Has anyone succeeded with downloading OpenRefine? Oh, please don't be quiet. This when you be quiet, it is either you're understanding everything or you're not picking a thing. Ibrahim, I'll start calling out a few names. Jen, still downloading. Give it a try after. Okay, it's all right. I think let's dive in into the platform bit of it. So after loading my file, and I take a look at my data, and yes, it is actually the data that I want to deal with. Okay. So after it has loaded a list for me here, the sheets, as I showed you, there are 3 sheets, 1, 2, 3. And here I have 1, 2, 3 sheets. So I will create project. And then you should also remember that when I'm to do data analysis, or maybe I want to create an interactive map for the web, I need to merge some of these data layers, okay, or data sheets into one. And OpenRefine sometimes is hard to do merging of what data sheets. So that can be done in Excel. Okay. So after your data is loaded, I have 26 columns. So what I will do first, I wanted to show you how a data model looks like, and this is one. Okay. It is a step-by-step process of data cleaning. It can work for both data you're going to do for to take for analysis, or the data you're going to use maybe to create products like a map or an interactive map or a web map. Okay, so it is a step-by-step guide explaining. Now you see here, all these are supposed to be deleted. So it explains everything on what you're supposed to leave, how you're supposed to edit, or what you're supposed to delete. Okay, yeah. So I'll come back to our presentation. Yes. So when you get here, what I will do first is remove the unwanted columns. How to do that? At the top, below where we have the count of rows, there is a column with the header all, and it has a drop down. Under that, I will click on that drop down, and I will click on edit columns. And come to reorder and remove columns. I'll click on it. Yes, please. Ah, sorry. I forgot to share my screen. You know, I sometimes forget that. Sorry. So after I've loaded my file, like you can see in OpenRefine here, I will come to this all and then come to edit and then reorder and remove columns. Once I click on that, I have something like this. I hope you can see this. So this I'll check through, and depending on my data model and what I'm commanded to remove and leave, I will do that. Like one, I don't need start and end. I drag to the right. Emeritus name, I don't need. I scroll down. There are these system columns. Versions, I don't need all these versions. Drag them to the right. Drag them to the right. ID, I don't. Version, I don't. UID, I don't. Submission time, I don't need that. Is there, no, let me first answer this. Is there any effect during data cleaning which might cause, which might be caused by modifying COBOL from that is already that has already been used, and how to fix it with OpenRefine? I didn't get this question clearly, but let me try to understand. Is there any effect during data cleaning which might be caused by modifying?
Hello, Michael.
Yes, please. You can unmute and ask, please.
Yeah, I can elaborate it more. Sometimes you can have a COBOL form, and then you are, and then you can see that the COBOL form that maybe you need to modify it later. Maybe there is one question, and then you need to modify the COBOL form that to add another question. So I know that for the first time, once you created a form and you make the mappers to take the form and do data correction, so you come up and and know that there is another question that should be added later. So I needed to know if there is any effect in that kind of COBOL form once you needed to do data cleaning, because
Okay.
I think you maybe get me.
Yeah, I got you. Sure. Yeah, let me respond to that. I've had several cases of that kind. If I may show you, one of the servers that I've used to manage some projects. Sorry, my network is not so good. But one, you need to know that once you update a form from COBOL and you don't redeploy it, okay, the changes you made to it may not appear in the form that data collectors have. Number two, the data collectors may not have the updates if they have not downloaded the updated form. Number three, you need also to know that once you want to do updates on a form, okay, you can have it in terms of versions, okay? For example, if the data collectors have been collecting data and I have realized that there is a question that needs to be added to the form, I can remove their access to the old form and then update this form and then give them the access to the new form, okay? I believe if you've handled projects using Kobo, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can
Yes.
update the form and then remove them from accessing the old form and then give them access to the new updated form. Because if you don't do that, there will be, even Kobo might give you an error, okay? It might give you an error. I've seen scenarios where updates have been done to the form and they have not redeployed the form. And then when trying to export data from Kobo, it gives them an error, okay? Reason being, they have made updates to the form and they have not redeployed it, or told the enumerators to go to the new version of the form. I hope I've answered you. And then with data cleaning,
Okay.
Sometimes it is tricky to go to put the data of different forms into one. Okay. Sometimes you may just need to copy paste, or if for example I have form A having 10 questions and form B having 15 questions, that means form A is missing 5 of the questions in form A. So if I'm not careful, there will be a mismatch of data from the two forms. Okay, so it is better sometimes to handle data cleaning for a form, individual forms, to avoid either data mismatch or any kind of errors that may happen. Now, if you may take a look, these are like 5, okay? All these 5 forms were used in the same place, but for a given period of time. Like I had version 1 here. There's a version 1 at the bottom. There's this one. Let me show it to you. I have 1.2, 1.3, meaning there are questions in 1.3 that are not in 1.2. And other questions that are in 1.5 that are not in 1.3. Okay, so I kept on updating. So once you update, you limit access to the old form, update to the new one, and give them access to the new form, so that they collect in the updated version of the form. Okay, have we gotten that?
Yeah, thank you, Michael.
Perfect. Yeah, back to Open Refine. So once I click here, I can reorder again. And if I have any other I want to remove, I just drag it to the right, okay? And then number 2, if I want maybe to edit, let's see how the text faceting does, how it works. So once I click on this drop down on the top of the what? Of the drop down in the top of the head of that column, there is a facet. And once I click on text facet, what text facet does, it picks all the text in that column and puts for you at the left and gives you the counts, how many times a particular text is appearing in the column. So if I want to edit maybe this column, remove the underscore, I can come and actually I uploaded some of this data already on OpenStreetMap. So I'm just showing you a part of the process. Apply. So once I apply, they will remove the underscore. So the rest are okay. Okay, so I have even blanks, about 200 of them. I don't want to include them. Okay, so how do we name districts in OpenStreetMap? Anyone that can tell us? I should call out some names. Okay, districts are named as address, ADDR. So I will come, click on the drop down, and then come to edit columns, and then rename this column. So I can change the name of that header to address. If this data I'm going to upload it to OpenStreetMap, I'll have address, a full colon, district, and I say okay. Okay. So this faceting also helps you to check which are blank blank columns. Now, like this one is blank. So if it is blank, I can click on the drop down, okay, edit column, and I can remove this column if it is one column. Same to this, I can run a facet here and check it is blank. I can come edit column and then remove this column. Okay, run a facet here. So I think you see the process. Run a facet, check if there is data there. If there is not, come to edit column, remove this column. And same to this, run a facet. No data in it. Drop down, edit, remove this column. So you see, it is just like a repeated process. So if I want, maybe I want to remove this, if there are white spaces or stuff like that, I will come to edit, and then I will come to column editing. I will come to, there's one, oh, okay. I drop down, okay, edit cells, but I want to edit columns. Edit cells, and then common transforms. So what when I come to common transforms, I will see trim, leading and trailing spaces. That white spaces, that means I can remove all the spaces or add unwanted or remove any unwanted spaces in my data within this. So I can click on, and they are telling me text transform on 0 cells. So that means the text was okay. Okay. I can view, I can reconcile. Okay. I can as well edit column, and I can move the column. I can move the column to the right. So it helps you if you are, maybe you want to rearrange columns, like change the order. I can let's move to the one with some numbers. Now, like these are GPS coordinates. Okay, I want to go to the one with the prices. There's one with prices. Prices, if I can find it. I can't see it. But now, like here, we have a 0. I can remove this one. This column. I have text. I can as well edit the text. You see, I can edit the text of an individual cell by bringing the cursor to it and click on edit. So I can edit the text here. Okay, and it can as well be applied to all the identical cells. Okay, I don't need this. I can come to edit, remove it. I can, you see now these are site names. So I can rename this. You know, in OSM, tourism sites is tourism. Tourism equals attraction. Okay, attraction, and I say okay. So they will name that for me. Okay, tourism equals to attraction, and then if I'm to upload, I don't need brief background. I mean, really. So there's I don't need like most of the what. I don't need like most of the what, the columns. So I can check Inception fee on OpenStreetMap is fee. Yeah? So I'll come and rename this as fee. Just fee with a lowercase. Okay. Inception, not, I don't remember the inception, is it here? Yeah. This is here. And come edit, rename. This is here. And I say, okay. Inception. Okay, what we can do, let's check. Let's check for time as well. Okay, let's see. Put that up there. Let's check for, I want amenity equals to tourism site. Tourism sites. Do you have any questions? So districts. Okay. So that's all data. Location. So I can search out for one of these on OpenStreetMap. I can have this, and then we check it out and see which combination I put each one of them. So this is the place I edited by me 2 months ago. So I added fee, added name, phone number, tourism equals to attraction, and then yeah. And then fun enough, here is not recognized as a tag. So that needs to be checked out. I think you can see I added most of these on OpenStreetMap. Yeah, so that's generally how the editing of data and cleaning of data can be done using OpenRefine. And I can export this as an XLS, or I can export it as a comma separated text, which once I do that, I can re-download this as XLS, as an Excel, LSX, a CSV file. And this is some of the data that I've cleaned, as you can see. You see, I've not deleted, I've not cleaned it thoroughly well. I was just demonstrating for you to see how the entire process is. Is there any simple way to capitalize each word in Excel for the entire sheet? Yeah, but it works for each cell. I mean, each column, okay? For example, I can, let me demonstrate that. Guys, if we don't have any questions, allow me dive into Excel. What you need to do if you want to capitalize all the letters in a column, you just come, you can copy this, paste it here as your heading, or I'm dealing with the CSV, don't say. Let me deal with Excel here, XLS. So if I want to capitalize all the words in here, I'll just come and say equals uppercase, upper, okay, and then upper, which upper, A1, okay, and I enter, you see. So once I enter, I can just drag, and I hope you see that all the words in here have been what? have been capitalized. So I can copy, and then when it comes to paste, I paste the values. Okay, and then I can delete this. Same applies to if you want to make them like lowercase. Yes, scam equals lower, and then put that, put put A1, and then enter, and then you're back to your lowercase for the entire text. So still copying, Control C, and then when it comes to pasting, you paste the values. So that if I just paste, I'll get an error. But if I just copy, I copy this and I paste values, I won't get an error since it will link the formula that I've used to change the text. I hope you've seen that. No. Open Refine, it has no formulas. Okay, you can just change text. There is a way. I want to. There is a way you can change the text at once to capitalize or that's to uppercase or lowercase at once in Open Refine. Yeah, so I'm not remembering where that is, but it's under one of these options. Oh, we have 10 minutes. Now here we are. So you come to the drop down and then edit columns, edit cells, and then transform. So once I put it to common transforms, once I put it to title case or uppercase, it will change the case, you see? So if I run my first set text, I'll have them as capital letters, as you can see. So I can do the same, come to edit, cells editing, common transforms, lowercase or uppercase. Either way, depending on what you want. Lowercase, see? Or I can put it to title case. I can come to cells, common transforms, and then put title case. Title case is for first letters to be capital letters. I hope you've seen that, Shaban. Perfect. Okay, let's dive into a little bit of Excel. As well, a very, very powerful tool that we use to do data cleaning. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just give you a glimpse of how we do data cleaning in Excel. So now, like, what I will do, I'll open my Excel, the one that I've just downloaded from Kobo. Okay. Okay, I think let's delete this. Delete it. We download a fresh one quick. Here, log in. I think let me get one of these forms, which is less data. Add the form to let's get form data. I can download this data. The one that I have already exported, so never mind me. So I will come, open it once it is complete, and I will determine how many sheets does this data set have. Okay, it has 2 sheets. So I will come to my folder where I'm keeping files, and I have my parent. We have one called the parent, and we have one called the child. The parent one is the one with the parent index. Okay, so I'll come, copy. Okay, I can remove some of the columns I don't need. The way I was doing in one, I was doing it in Open Refine. So I will remove some of these by default. Not by default, actually. I will do it kind of manually like that. And I will come. Remember, I told you the zeros and ones, we don't need them in our data. So I'll delete that. Okay, I'll come back to my zeros and ones, we don't need them. So I'll delete that. Zeros and ones, we don't need them. I will delete them. Zeros and ones, we don't need them. Remove them. Zeros and ones, we don't need them. So quick, done. So what I will do, come to my parent, highlight, copy all, come, open my parent document. Remember, I'm copying from this side, and I'll paste here. I'll paste it here, okay? And here I can do a quick editing. I can copy this and then highlight, Control F, replace that with this. And then I can replace all. You see that? So I don't need this up to there. Remove them. All this has to be detailed in your data model. Okay. I will save, close, come, open the child file, Control All, Control C, come, open the child file. So you cannot merge files which are already in the same sheets, which are already in the same file. So you have to separate them and put them in their separate sheets like that. So after, I will close this and come open a new blank sheet, which I will open, and then I'll come to data, come to get data from, and then I get file from Excel workbook. Click on it, and then I'll load in first my parent file, which is on desktop, hot, and then I'll load in my parent file. Now here, what I'm doing, I'm trying to create a connection between these two. And how I'm going to do that, I'm going to use the index. Kobo, the server, generates for you the index in the different sheets, depending on how it depends on another. Okay. Yeah. So I will get another sheet, which is the child sheet, in, so that I create a connection between the two. So these are the two sheets that I have. I'll load them. After I've loaded them, you will see that I can preview my data here. Okay. So what I will do next, I will come to data still, come to get, and then you can merge these two to have one single sheet with both sheets embedded. So I'll come, choose my index. So you find that in the parent index doesn't repeat. It is counting numbers throughout. But when it comes to the index in the child file, it is repeating. See? 1, 2, we have 3, 3. So it is repeating. So, and you can check here. I don't know if I can zoom this. Let me try putting on a magnifier here. Oh, magnifier here. So I hope you can come up quick. So you can see here, I have 1,459 rows of 1,000. So that means this data is matching. The moment I have a mismatch here, there are cases that there will be a mismatch in the fine data that I'm working on. Okay. Yeah. So I will remove this and I say okay. So once I say okay, they will load for me a file, and one of the sheets is not expanded. I will click on these arrows that are side by side. I say okay, and both sheets are in one. Both sheets are in one. So I will come and then load and preview my sheet. Okay, you see that? So I have my data loaded in this kind of format. So now, like here, if, for example, there are those with no links, and I want to autofill them maybe with the text not provided, I can just come to home here, and I will come to select and find, and I will go to special, and I find blank. See, so blanks I will say equals, maybe not provided. Provided, and control and enter. Okay. Okay, I can put 0. Oh, I can say NA. Oh, I want to edit this so that it fills in for all NA. Oh, okay, I can try to fill it maybe with I can say equals, maybe if I can say equals, let's say equals equals maybe AF9. So it will pick data from the previous column into this column. And I think you can see that I have data. I want to reselect this under special so that I reselect the blank spaces. Equals AF9 by enter. So you see, so it will autofill the rest of the blank now you see. So it picks this to that. That's what I've commanded it to do. It will pick this and fill it there. It will pick this and fill it there. And the one that is blank, it will put a 0. So that's one way to fill those blanks. Okay. And I can as well, you know, Excel is easy if you know the formulas. So Excel is about formulas. Now, like here, if I want maybe to replace this word entirely, I just come to replace, copy this text, put it there, and I say NA. I replace it with NA, and I highlight again and replace all. So it 2,917 rows, cells replaced, closed. So it is it involves playing with these softwares here and there to get out exactly what you need to get for the entire data to be thoroughly cleaned. Okay, we are back here. Do we have any questions? We are at the top of the hour. I don't know if we have any questions. I've been quick because of the time provided. So, and they are going to share this this recording, and My details, my contacts are available here in case you need to reach out, to inquire. I'm always available to assist. I'm as well part of the HOT training working group. So we do this as we train a lot. So you can get me here on Twitter, email. I'll respond. I'm as well on Slack. Okay, you can reach out in case of any inquiries. Ralph, hi. Is Ralph on? Oh, I guess.
Hello.
Hi. Great meeting you again, Ralph. Yeah, so let me call on to Becky to see if she has any communication before we close up the session. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Just one more thing I wanted to mention in case you have any questions. Michael is open in Slack, and then I will also be sharing the different data. I'm sure he shared during the training, but I'll share again the data so that you can practice on how to use OpenRefine or Excel if that's what you prefer. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Michael, and have a great day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.